Good morning and welcome, fellow survivors of the Warhammer Wars. It is I, the Emperor, broadcasting live from a small island off the coast of Sigmar, because it's Warhammer Games Workshop Wednesday. Yes, I know we said it was going to be Games Workshop Tuesday. Tuesday was the day we were going to talk about Games Workshop stuff, but because the holiday fell on a Tuesday, which is, July 4th, normally just a holiday celebrated here in the USA. The rest of the world just kind of goes, Peh. Apparently not this year. This year, the entire industry is like, nope, we're taking a 6-day weekend. Everything is off. All the news sites are off. Everything is off, which means I'm off. And hopefully we will be back to our normal schedule next week. But for right now, we're like a day behind and sometimes even farther. So yeah, Warhammer Wednesday instead of Warhammer Tuesday. So what's going on with our friends at Games Workshop? It's not like this is the first time in history 4th of July has fallen on a weekday. Okay. What's going on with Games Workshop? Okay, we've got some news from Games Workshop, I think. Let's see, we will go to the Warhammer community. Articles, all news and features. We've got, okay, we've got some more, some updates. What? There's a shock. Updates for Warhammer 40K. There is something called the Strands of Fate towering units have been changed. Oh, those are the super big ones. Those are the super big ones. I don't know. I don't know that it's like one super big one is the equivalent of 10 normal ones. And, if you want to have a super big one in your army, as long as the points match up, it's fine. I don't know. I don't know enough about Warhammer. I suppose if I'm going to keep talking about it on a weekly basis, I should probably learn more. But apparently it's a big debate regarding the rulings for these big boys. So, of course, Games Workshop changed some of the rulings for these big boys in preparation for the new rules for Warhammer 40K, which should be out now as these words are leaving my mouth. So, yes, of course, because Games Workshop does seem to change the rules for their main games on a regular basis, which from the Games Workshop people I have spoken to over the years is a running note of contention in the hobby. But sure, yeah, I guess to change things. All the new updated field guides for the changes to the big guys are up on the site. I'm sure the printouts for those will be available at your Games Workshop location where you do these things and any conventions. And if you're just playing these at home, then yeah, you probably visit this site, which means you probably already have these. And if you don't, you can get them right here by just clicking one of these things. Articles, all news and features. Why are you being so problematic, site? Okay. We've got a special 40th anniversary figure. We've got figure number 26, the Imperial Knight Paladin. This is a 40th anniversary special figure for Games Workshop. I guess they're doing one of these for each something another. This is number 26 out of 100? 40, probably. 40. They probably made 40 figures to separate the 40th anniversary and I don't know. Let's see if it tells us anything more about this. So this figure first appeared in the 1980s as part of the Adeptus Titanicus. But there's a lot of history on the figure and the lore behind the figure. But as to why it's saying 26 out of whatever, I can't find it. I'm sure it's, if you're a Warhammer person, you probably know more about this than I do. What else? Warcry starter set. So we've mentioned this before, and I thought this was a new thing they were doing for starters and beginners and to the hobby. But no, I was informed that Warcry has been around for a while. But if you're looking into getting into the shallow end of the figure market and you want a nice way to start that doesn't involve a lot of math and time and investment, Warcry is sort of the kid brother to normal Warcraft. Smaller units, smaller rules, and they just introduced vampires, it looks like. You can't tell because only one of these people looks vaguely vampirish. Well, maybe two. This guy kind of maybe is a vampire. I mean, sure, why not? He's got wings. She, maybe, I don't know. This is the only one. This one kind of looks, well, no, he could just be a pale-skinned elf. And I guess this is their totem. Each of the units has a totem that, empowers them and stuff. I don't know why that doesn't scream vampire to me. That just screams, female with weird helmet. Yeah, I don't know if these guys are supposed to be fighting them or helping them. It's probably supposed to be fighting them. Vampire. Nah. Maybe. Nah. Actually, they just sort of look like angry elves. But yeah, if you're looking for a starter set in time for Halloween and you want to find out about Warcry, they've just released they could be vampire starter set for Warcry. And now here we have the rumor engine for July 4th. Take of it what you will. And the rumor engine for July 4th is there are none because it's July 4th. So yes, no new news really from these guys in regards to what they have planned for the future. They're announcing the starter sets for the new Warhammer 40K because yes, once again, Warhammer 40K, brand new rules, which means brand new starter sets, which means you have to rebuild all your armies all over again, guys, because, they change shit. And from what I've been told time and time again, they do this a lot. And of course, you got the two classics for the starters. You've got the Colonial Marines and the Space Orcs, whatever these guys are, the lizard folk, the aliens, the generic space bad guys for your Space Marines to fight. If you have played Warhammer, you probably already have some of these guys. You probably already have paint. So you just got to go and check the rules and see what is still legal and what isn't legal, which means you probably would have to buy a new copy of the rules because I'm sure there's a link to PDF download on here someplace, right? Right? Yeah, right there. Yeah, okay. So there is. So you don't have to buy them if you don't want to. And this guy looks cool. I saw this guy. This is the one that I saw this guy this morning. This is a dwarf. I know he doesn't look like a dwarf, but he is a dwarf. Oh, you can't see that because it's not sharing. All right, this guy's a dwarf. He is a Blood Bowl captain. I know, you're looking at this and going, nope, not a dwarf, but he is a dwarf. And anything else from this week? Oh, look at this dude. Who is he? His name is Lion Elianson. Man, props to this guy who painted this, though I'm sure there's some photoshopping in here. Wow, that almost looks like a dude, like a real dude, not a figure. This just throws it off. I would not, wow, this is an amazing job, dude. An amazing placement for the camera. Probably some editing in there, but still, if you had not included the little munchkins here and this sort of cartoonish skeleton here, that is almost photo quality, sir. Congratulations. Obviously, some comptometer was probably involved in this, but still, dude, that looks amazing. Anyways, this is Lion De Johnson. I don't know who he is. He's a dude who likes lions. That's the name. Wow. Look at the quality. Maybe not so much on the back, but that front. Yeah. And apparently he has two little Jawas that follow him around and carry his stuff for him. You know you're badass when you can get some two other guys to just walk around behind you and carry your scabbard. And I bet he doesn't pay them. Then we've got Boss Sync Rot. More comical painting style here. Boss Synchron got some bling going on. He's got some smoke coming out of his feet for some reason. At least he actually has feet. Did those chains come with the figure, or did this guy get some of those, cheap chains you can find and wrap them around the figure to give him this look? I do like it. It's nice, yeah. More of a classic style of paint, slightly comical. Backpack's a little outrageous, but okay. Then we've got this Iron Man looking anime fellow. His name is Commander Farsight. And now we have the Warhammer legs. At least he has legs. Definitely some mecha looking action going on. A little anime flavor, sort of more of the Gundam style than the, are those supposed to be hands or vents? Can't tell. Vents, okay. Middle-earth strategy game. Wow, haven't seen them mention this in a while. They've got an Iron Hill Dwarf Warrior coming out, Spear Warband. So if you want to throw some dwarves into your Middle-earth strategy battle game, didn't know they still had the license to this. I thought Imp Howard Games now has the license to all the Middle-earth crap, but who knows? I think Middle-earth is kind of in the same boat as Vampire the Masquerade, where like 87 different people own chunks of it. And some more Dwarf Warriors. Got a new book for the Black Library. This one's called Honor Bound. It's a super special edition. This is the Sabrina Rain novel. Don't know who that is, but that's a pretty nifty looking book. We've got another book called Cypher, Lord of the Fallen from John Trench, which also has an audiobook available. We've got Awakenings by George Mann, which also has an audiobook available. And we've got Rogel Dorn, La Caresse de l'Empereur by Gav Thorpe. This is obviously in French. So it's a French translation of a Warhammer book. We've got Sigmund the Eternal Crusade in German. And then we've got what looks like some more stuff coming out. We know we already mentioned this, and this is coming up. So that's it for Warhammer Tuesday on a Wednesday. Why is the industry a day off this week? Because the holiday fell on a Tuesday instead of a Monday, and for some reason, nobody was prepared. I'm just like, dude, I worked retail since I was 16. You knew it was going to fall on a weekday. You had time to prepare. You had a weekend before that, but I guess people are like, dude, we take Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday off. Who's going to notice? That's 14 minutes of Warhammer news. If you want to see me continue to talk about Warhammer news, let me know. If you never want to hear me want to talk about the world of Games Workshop ever again, my apologies to each and every one of you who is a Games Workshop fan and is finding out this lovely Wednesday morning that, oops, they changed their rules for Warhammer 40K. Again, I gotta start over. But I do believe there's an app, so that should make army building slightly easier for you guys. That app is available through the Games Workshop channel, and of course your app supplier, Google Apps, or the iPhone store, depending upon which one you're running. So hopefully that app will make army building slightly easier for you guys and be able to parlay the information as you leave your house with your 10 tons of plastic and put it in the back of your truck and drive to your Games Workshop location of choice, and then hope it has reasonable internet access so you can then now go, oh, I want to play this guy and I need this point and this point under the new Warhammer 40K rules, which they'll probably change again in a week because apparently that's the thing Games Workshop does from what I've been told. But damn, that's it for our Games Workshop news today. Please subscribe if you haven't a chance to subscribe yet. And I'll talk to y'all later. Get off of my Sigmar.